Leave that there for the wife. And what is up, guys? Technicals Tinkers here, checking in on our little 3D print operation for the day. If you're new to the channel, uninitiated or unfamiliar, I do 3D printing here at home. Stuff to fix the things around the house, exhibition prints, cool stuff, interesting stuff, stuff to sell for money. If you're interested in any of those things, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So what am I working on today? Well, it's been a few days since I've vlogged. Been working heavily doing construction-y stuff at the office, real work. So been doing a lot of 3D printing stuff, kind of where I can, but not really, it's not really enough to vlog about. So I've kind of got to the point where it's like, all right, I got all these things. Now I can actually vlog about something. So let's see what I got on the plate. First up, I don't know if you've been following my shorts. I was remarking about my shorts last time. I've been putting effort into my short game, my short form video game. One of them's like, I don't know, it's like 200,000 views on the one. A lot of K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. Haven't given the pieces to my niece yet, haven't seen her, but doing really well with those. And again, it's not because like the content's great, it's because K-pop Demon Hunters is, or you know, by the time you see this, maybe it's not popular anymore. Maybe it comes out that K-pop Demon Hunters is like secretly turning kids into Satanists or something, I don't know, but I like it. I think it's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I don't like kid stuff at all. Such a heartwarming story. So anyway, check out my shorts on those to see, let me know what you think on how I do it, syncing it up with music and stuff like that. But this print I've got on the P1P, I've been doing a lot of those prints on the P1P because I've got 8 colors to choose from, and a lot of those models, it's more impressive to print it in one go. Last time we had on the Orangestorm Giga this AMS riser sort of thing. This was originally a 2-part design for a sealed dryer box. I pulled it off printables, made some edits. That was in the last vlog. It was printing last time we saw it, but I got it all installed here. And you can see it actually works out pretty well. It was too tall though, and also just for some added support, just printed these little primitives right here, real simple with some holes. Sent some screws into the side just to kind of lock it all into place. But now I've got both AMSs stacked on top of each other. It's a bit more of an impressive look. It's easier to service, and yes, the lids are off. Oh God, oh, the humidity, oh no. It's fine, I haven't encountered any issues yet. And I might, and if I do, I'll be like, yeah, I guess I should have left the lids on. Because you know, that's how I roll. Anyway, that's a good look too. Gonna be doing some more stuff with the P1P here soon, but these, just a real simple print. We're gonna get into that in a minute. Man, I've been like 50 hours in on the past 4 days. I'm beat, dude. But beat or not, I know you guys need your slop. You need your Technicals Tinkers slop, and I aim to please. So, what have I got over here on the Giga? I got a little time lapse here. Let's roll the time lapse. Man, I hope the time lapse came out looking good. So the Griffin statue, I was talking about that a bit. You know I like to do the plate pulls live. I haven't messed with this thing at all, and you can see, it's still stuck to the plate. This finished up a couple days ago, and I wanted to take it off live and kind of look over it. This is that Griffin statue that I made from just a picture that I found on Google Images, fed it into an AI generator, made it symmetrical, made the edits, shortened up the wheelbase on this thing. With hopes of it being a post for my driveway gates. Now I'm not gonna test fit it today, but we're gonna look at it for like print quality and to see, you know, its viability as a gate post item. So let's take this, let's take those other little clip things into the office and see what else I'm working on. All right, well, that ain't working. That ain't working. A little bit higher so I don't look like such a short king. So let's just move down the line, got everything. Got everything set up here to present what I've been working on in 3D printing. First up, filling Etsy orders. You know, for people who are curious if I'm still selling stuff on Etsy, I am. And I'm grateful for the sales. I've kind of culled down my Etsy offerings. I've pulled a lot of listings on things that just take too long to print. It's just not enough money. I kind of did that with the motherboard stands, the CPU mining stands, because it would take a long time to print those, and all said and done, it ended up making like $5. It's just not worth it, even at volume, you know, because you kind of game it out, and I'm not sure if anyone else does this, game it out like, yeah, if I sold 100 of these a day, it'd be $500, but like, you know, there's a certain point where it doesn't make sense. I know I harp on that a lot, and people maybe get tired of that, but still got some things on there, namely things that are really, really easy to print. So my billion-dollar idea from many months ago, the anti-tip drink holder, somebody bought 2 of these, and so I'm going to send them out. I'm very grateful for the sale. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if you're someone who watches and is just buying this as a meme, but I can't believe, I've sold a few of these. So I'm printing the second one now over here on the A1. Going to get that out just as soon as I can, but yeah. Second thing here, the K-pop Demon Hunter short, the most recent one, the roomy model. This is a big model. This is, how big is this? How big is it? Doink. That is a 14-inch roomy. So if you saw the short, go watch the short. It's not bad. It's not a bad short. This printed in separate components, got this model off of Cults, because K-pop Demon Hunters is very popular right now. If you don't know what it is, it's like a somewhat anime thing on Netflix. It's a good movie, watch it. Because it's popular, I did a short, and the short did very well, and so I'm like, all right, strike while the iron's hot, do more of them. So I'm like, whatever. Head over to Cults, bought this model. I think it was like $5, $6. I bought the other models, they're relatively cheap. I've already made the money back, from just the short. And then the subscribers that come from that, hopefully down the line, it pays more. That's the idea anyway. But I was very lucky. This one was available in components that I could print on separate plates and get kind of a cleaner look. Now, the goal with this was media from the get-go, not to get like this pristine example. And some people were remarking on the quality of this, and like, I completely agree. So it's a heavy layer height, and painting these things is such a nightmare. I like to think that I'm with the Gunnar dolls that I did previously. I've kind of improved my painting skills in Bambu Studio, and when I say painting, I mean in Bambu Studio, because I'm not painting anything in real life. But the edges are really not sharp enough to catch the fill tool. So a lot of it I had to do by hand, or kind of use some tricks and just try to get the best I can. But overall, it came out pretty good, because at a distance you can't really tell. Now some spots here, like where supports were contacting, I couldn't really scrape that off without really like gouging into her leg. A few other places that are like that. A lot of the detail, like here on our jewelry and chain, it's such a heavy layer height. It's just not gonna have like this fine fidelity. Also, like printing these, face down, the surface finish here is not so great. Like on her back, not so great. But overall, I think it's pretty impressive, and it's getting lots of views. So that came out pretty good. Again, another gift from my niece. I'm gonna give that to her. Hopefully she'll like that. All right, so over here on the A1, which has been kind of a real thorn in my side. If you're unfamiliar, Bambu now sells this time-lapse kit. Now, this is not the time-lapse kit. The time-lapse kit was not available. It was sold out, but as I was looking at it, the time-lapse kit is comprised of the control board, the expansion board, a bus cable, and some screws, and that's the time-lapse kit. It was sold out, but I did notice that the expansion board you could buy piecemeal, and then I looked and you can buy the control board piecemeal, and I have spare bus cables, so I just bought them individually, had them shipped and put them in, and wouldn't you know, the day that I got all these pieces, the time-lapse kit came back into stock, whatever. So this plugs into your Bambu printer, either your P series or your A series, and it has several different methods of connecting to different cameras so you can get the smooth time lapses, the ones I've been trying to do. So previously I was using a spare iPhone to do it, but I got my good camera out, my ZV-E10, and I have been able to get some pretty good time. I put the one here. I did this little test model of this little tower just as a test, because it takes a series of images to form the time lapse instead of a time lapse video. And it came out really good. It's a better quality than what the iPhone can deliver. The only problem is that my camera here does not support manual shutter. So this device is completely useless for the ZV-E10, but I'm still able to use the push button switch dongle over here. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my ZV-E10. But this I can use for my P1P. So I'm going to hopefully be testing that out on the P1P, connect this in, use the iPhone via Bluetooth, and I can get a much higher quality time lapse on the P1P. Also too, I thought this was clever because it shows Time. I'm not sure where I saw it. It might have been Freaky. I might be ripping off Freaky 3D on this. I'm in a Discord group with him, so I don't think he'll mind. Or maybe he will, or maybe I don't give a shit. Because this I thought was super cool to show a passage of time during the time lapses, because some of these prints take like, 12, 24 hours on P1P, really long time. So it's a good kind of like visual indicator in the time lapse to kind of get, you know what I'm saying here. All right, so over here, let's take a look at our Griffin. If you saw the previous vlog, you know that I got the picture off Google Images and fed it into an AI generator, and it spat out a Griffin model. So this is for my driveway gates. I need something with simpler geometry, but I don't want one of those low poly things. I want it to be identifiable as a Griffin, but not like just, triangles, where it's like, this is kind of a little too simple for me. But the model came out, I'm pleased with the model. I shortened up the base, and I'll need to create a fluted sort of a thing for it to fit on the 6x6 post that holds the gate, one side of the gate. And then on this, I did 4 wall loops, no infill, and it's looking pretty good. You can see here, I was really worried about like the interior overhangs, which I always have issues with on the Giga if I don't use enough wall loops or infill. And it seems to me that wall loops is what, prevents that from happening, not necessarily the infill. I manually removed supports in a few places just because, like, right here off of his ear, you could see it kind of was printing out into space. But if I would have left that support in, it would have printed like a whole nother tree of support just to go up to this little point. So just kind of removing those. Now I did a heavier top Z distance because this is just regular Elegoo Rapid PLA Plus. It's not a matte, it's not PET G, so the supports have a tendency to get a little gummy when you pull them off. Clean pull there, but like, it leaves a little something behind. Now this is intended to go outside. And this was really a test print. I don't know if I'm gonna put this one out there, but looking at it, it doesn't look all that bad. And if it ends up being too tacky, I just pull it off and throw it away. Who cares? The point is to kind of like demonstrate what's possible, I guess. And maybe it will look super cool, maybe not. But because it's PLA, there's a heat concern out there, but the big S on my driveway gates hasn't encountered really any issues. I'll obviously need to spray paint this with something. I used the tan filament because I had 2 big 5 kilo spools. You saw that. I wanted to kind of burn those and not have to replace filament because I knew I'd be working a lot and not being able to like keep an eye on replacing the filament. So coming out really nice. I'd probably want to increase the top Z distance when I go to print the second one because I have 2 driveway gates. I need 2 of them. And this is maybe a little more than I have patience for while I'm burning tape, and my brain's only working at half its clock cycle. So we'll probably clean this up a little bit more, but overall, like you can see, like, with the wings, the back here, it's a little utilitarian in the back, but you get the idea. If you saw this, just as you sort of pass by, you would say like, oh, what is that, a Griffin? And you'd be right, it is a Griffin. So it's identifiable, at least to me, as to what this is. And it might be kind of classy, maybe even do it in black to match everything else, so it's just a little extra subtlety, or maybe in like a bronze or something to kind of give an idea. And secondary to that, we were talking about doing this as a concrete mold. This is kind of like a good size for a concrete mold because, if done in concrete, this would weigh, 100, 120 pounds or something like that. It's kind of an ideal size, I guess, for like a small statue, and maybe even scale it up into something considerably larger. So a win on that, a win on shorts, a win on anti-tip drink hold. Wow, that's what I got going on in the 3D print space for today. Love to know what you think about any or all or none of these projects, and just say something in the comments below. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming along for this ride and joining me on these vlog things to just kind of check out and see what I'm working on and give me your feedback and let me know what you think about these things so I can help better craft stuff for you to watch and enjoy. Thank you again. Be sure to like the video because it's a nice thing to do, and of course subscribe for more content like this. I'm The Technicals. See you next time.